Hello, senior infants. This is your Just Phonics tutorial for Wednesday, the 3rd of February. Um, this is the page you did on Monday, and I have to say, I am so impressed with, first of all, your reading over here, and second of all, your rhyming. Really, really impressed with the rhyming. Now, I know you probably got a bit of help from home, but I was still super impressed with it because it's a very tough page. Um, I was going to post an answer page of my rhymes for it, but to be honest, there are a few different options in most of these. So I actually just was impressed with how you guys got on with the ones that you posted, and for anyone who didn't post it yet as well, I didn't want to take that away from you. So some really great ones. I saw some very impressive rhymes with these, like Q. I saw blue as a rhyme with that. That's one that I didn't even think of because I didn't think of something that had uh, two letters before the U sound rather than just one. Really, really impressed with that. I saw, yeah, I just saw some really, really great rhymes. Sheep, and I think I saw cheap as well. Really, really impressed with it. And so, well done. And we'll go on to today's page, which is a bit more straightforward. Still not too easy. We're near the end of the book now, so things are tough. We're talking about this sound here. It's a. Okay, a. It's a it's a sound that you would have heard before, but we always heard it as a, I. I'll zoom in here so you can take a look. So I'll read this part in the cloud here for you. A's cousin is always late, but he catches up in the end. Hip, hip, hooray. So this is the same sound as A. You know the sound where you put your hand to your ear and you say A, pretending that you can't hear. This is A with an A and a Y. But the funny thing about this one is that it always goes at the end of a word. Okay, so that's why they said A's cousin is always late because it's always at the end of the word. Always. So it's near the end there. And then hip hip hooray. It comes here at the end. So the first part is very simple. Make A catch up and write A to finish each word. We have a H, and we're going to write down A. H, A, hey, hey. It's like it's dried out grass that you feed to horses and cows. We have W and we have P. I'm going to let you figure those ones out for yourself. Now, match the A words to the haystack. So if you find an A word, an AY word, you draw a line and put it into the haystack. You could even write it in here if you have space, but I know that I'm zoomed in here and it looks like there's lots of space, but when you're doing it in your book, it might be tricky to make it fit. So I don't want to see any AI or A words in there, okay? So I want to see only the ones with an A that is an A and a Y. Okay, going in there. So best of luck with that. Down here, we are going to write in some of these words, okay, some of these words up here into the frames. Now, this is always a bit tricky because you have to figure out what fits, okay? So for this one, you're going to have a turtle letter, a short letter, or a tortoise letter, isn't it? A short letter, not a tall one because there's no space for it up there, not a monkey one. And when you see this shape here, this kind of, I suppose, corner shape or L shape, you can write down A and Y because it's going to be A. Because we're talking about A words, aren't we? And A words always have an AY or an AY at the end. Okay, so for this one here, you're looking for a short one at the beginning, tall in the second, and over here you're looking for a tall one at the start, short second, and then A. Okay, so best of luck with that. Just have a look through each of these here, and you'll find the one that fits. On the next page, I want you to read this. I'm not going to read it for you because I want you to read it yourself, and I want you to, first of all, actually, you know what, I will read it for you because it's quite a tricky little exercise, even though it's short. We have A words that have an A, I, and we have A words that have an A, Y. Okay, so A, AI, AY. Okay, so if you see an A word that is AI, I want you to draw put a ring around it. Okay, so AI gets a ring around it, and AY words get a rectangle. Okay, a rectangle, a box around it. So this one here is an AY word, it will get a box. Okay, and this word here is an AI word or an AI word, and it will get a circle. Okay, I hope it's not too confusing. It is a little bit tricky when you're working with two sounds that are the same but that look different. Okay, so you've got rain, rain, go away, come again another day. It's a popular rhyme, especially here in Ireland where it rains a lot. Part B, finish these words by adding AI, or AY. So remember our rule. A's cousin is always late, but he catches up in the end. So if it's at the end of the word, it's going to be yeah, or AY. If it's in the middle or at the start, it's probably going to be I, or AI. So I'll do a few of these with you and then I'll let you off to finish them off. B, and we know that it's going to be an A sound, we just don't know which one. B, A, N. Which one would that be? Would that be AI or AY? Is it in the middle of the word or at the end? Well, it's in the middle here, which means that it has to be AI. A, I. So B, A, AI. N, B, A, N, brain. This one here, T, tray, tray. But which one will it be? Will it be AI or AY? It will be the one that goes at the end because there's no other sound after this. Okay, it's just tray, T-R-A-Y. I'll do the next two with you and then I'll let you off to finish them off. Ray. Okay, like a ray of sunshine, ray. So we have A. Is it going to be the one that goes in the middle or the one that goes at the end? It's going to be the one that goes at the end because there's no other sound after this. Or A-Y, A-Y. And finally, this one here, P-A-N, 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 pain, pain. When you hurt your knee or you hurt something, you say you're in pain, P-A-N. And is it in the middle or is it at the end? So middle or end. There's another sound after it, the N, so we know that it must be in the middle, and that means it has to be A, I, or AI. So P-A-I-N, P-A-N, pain. I'll let you figure the rest of those out on your own. It's sometimes people find it easy, sometimes people find it hard. I would say it's quite tricky, to be honest with you. But now we're going to take a look at all of these words again. Okay, so you had brain, tray, ray, pain, and the rest. I'm not going to tell you what they are, but you can figure them out. Whichever ones have an AI or an A, you put them in this ladder here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There might be less than 5 or more than 5. I think they're usually fairly good with this. And then there's AY as well, or yeah. There are going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or maybe even 4 of those ones. So write them in. If they're I words, put them here. If they're y words, put them here. Okay. And finally, can you put in more words of your own? I don't mind, guys, if you don't fill this out. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's a lot. That's asking a lot of you. I would be happy if you came up with 2. I think 2 is loads. If you want to keep going after that, that's fine. But I would be very happy to see you guys come up with 2: an it word, an a word, and an y word, an a word again. So best of luck with that, guys. Just remember the main rule is that ay words go at the end, and ai words go in the middle, like this one here. A, or hair. So it's still the same sound, and best of luck with it, okay? Slán agus gar